I want to do a number of sealing jobs on the Charade now. Finishing off the back end here, the tail lights were bonded all the way around here. They had a huge mass of sealant, even though they're held on by these nuts. Another job I want to do is to put some plastic liners on the insides of the doors, and then I can put the door cards on and finish off everything with the doors. And there's one other thing, was the do you remember I cut that strip across the top of the windscreen so that I could redo the paint on the roof and get right over the edge at the top? Well, I was looking everywhere for that little strip. I was wondering, did I put it nice and gently in along the top of the dash? I was looking on the tops of shelves, looking all over the place. It's actually here. It's in the shop behind me. Can you see it? I was actually looking for something else and then I spotted it. Tidy.
Hanging it up had kept it nice and straight so it wasn't warped in any way. I removed the masking tape from the top edge of the plastic that was protecting the windscreen. Didn't get too much residue from this tape, so that's good. Cleaned off a few little bits of adhesive and then blew it off the airline, any dust out of the crevice. I'm going to use Tiger Seal to bond in this rubber. Tiger Seal isn't actually rated to hold in a windscreen, and that's why I used a specialist adhesive for that, but it should be fine for the rubber strip. This was supplied by mixgarage.com, and I have an affiliate code there if you want to help support my projects and you're doing some of your own. You can link to them using that from the description of the video. I tried to use enough of this that it would come out of the groove and catch the back of the rubber, but not too much that it would splurge out the sides. I did smooth it down with one sweep with my finger in the glove. That rubber slots in under these corners. Trying to keep this a tidy job. This isn't perfect, but it's a compromise I've had to make. I'm glad I don't have an edge in the paint more than having a perfect rubber strip across here. As you know, with this project, I'm a little bit more biased towards function than appearance.
Before I seal up the doors, I need to do all the little jobs that have to be done inside them. And the first thing I'll do is the little tab that stops it from overextending. Just clean off the old grease and a little bit of surface rust on that. It's really important to have these on the car because you get those awful creases in the door skin if they overextend, or it could even damage the wing. So it's good to get that on there. Now get this in the right way so it kind of follows a curve that way.
It would have been very frustrating to seal up the doors and to have forgotten to put these in. They're held in place by a little cylindrical pin, which you just have to pop down in place. Needed to tap it in with a hammer, so I actually used a chisel so I wouldn't have to hammer right in close to that nicely painted A-pillar, and that got it into place. Made sense to do this before I did a good bit of work on the door. If you remember back, it was taking quite a bit of effort to remove all this sealant, and I realised it was a bit pointless. It was going to go back on again, so I actually just taped over it so I didn't get a layer of paint on it, and now the new sealant can just go over it, and that saved me spreading it all over the car and the garage. This little support for the door handle in the door card has to come off. You can actually see some of the plastic on behind it there. Have to remove that first. So as I said in the last video, I'm going to grease up the teeth on the winder mechanism, and this was an important one again. Forgetting that would have been really annoying. connecting up the electric mirror. So while I had the sealant out for the windscreen, it made sense to use it on this. It's like icing a cake. We're thinking about Chewie's 30th birthday next year. So it's actually the plastic I used for the roof of the shelter for the camper van. I have some of that spare, and it looks really like what was there originally. I think a lot of people might have left this out, but you know, the weather where I live, in the southwest of Ireland, we get a lot of rain, and the drier I can keep the interior, and this car had a remarkably good dry interior. The longer it stays that way, the better. I suppose a certain amount of water always does get in past those window seals. The openings at the bottom of these doors to let water out were quite big, and I think that's partly why the insides of these doors show no corrosion. But if you've got a certain amount of water ingress into the doors, if it doesn't get out, then it becomes part of that little climate within the car of moisture heating and evaporating and moving around the interior. So hopefully this will help to keep everything nice and dry. I do actually have some spare plastic from the walls of the shelter and what I used for the divider in the shed, which are pretty much the same colour as Chewy, but I decided to make it look as much like the original as possible.
Found me door cards. I'll just give them a little bit of a clean up. It's an all-purpose spray cleaner. And some of the studs on the back of this got damaged. Not all of them came out, probably about 2 on each card that came out originally. I'll just do that roughly. These little green fellas, there's 2 of the broken ones there. But what I was able to find is some of these little black, I think they call them Christmas trees, although the green ones would be better, wouldn't they? Maybe it's just a fir tree really. These guys here. So they're designed to pop in to a hole similar to what these are designed for, but they and not come out again. The thing is, the head on them is a little bit too big, so I'm just going to cut them. Scissors here. I'll trim the head actually quite a bit, and hopefully they'll work the same way. So I can just trim that all the way around, and then it'll pop in there. And hopefully that one there and another one needed here. I'll do the same thing with that and hopefully I'll be able to pop them in.
These were something I ordered online ages back, and really good to have them at this point in the project. Long nose pliers was just ideal to pop them into place. So hopefully they'll get a good grip on the car door. Yeah, it works just as good as the original. There's 2 more that show their heads, and the originals were designed for one use only, so they look quite neat there, and they're hidden by the dash when the door is closed anyway. So that's the lever for the latch. And it just clips in. It's a 90-degree, drops down through the hole, and then the clip actually holds it into itself. And I just need the screwdriver to get it in to that locked position. Then the handle actually has to go in on the right hand side first, and then a single screw retains it. Great. That's the insert for the door handle. Again, one screw down inside of that. The magnetism on the screwdriver is very handy here. That's the screw inside. These gather water. If you remember when I was taking them out, some of them are rusty, so I'll have to drill one of the other ones. So I'm putting that retainer clip back onto the window handle, and there's this little washer to protect the door card. So that clips into place. So they're a bit of a pain to get off, so we're committed to this fitment of the door card now. So this is that handle, and I just have to grind off the screw that lost its head, basically. A bit of penetrating oil there, not giving it very much time, but it may help once things get moving. Had to go nice and tight there, the vice grip. And yeah, there we go. Clean off the other side a little bit. And I'm fitting that to the driver's side rear door. This one has a replacement black stud as well. The rear doors go back together pretty much the exact same way as the front ones. Window winder as well. The little recess for grabbing the door. I had to make a little cut here for the way the plastic handle slots into place. For the mechanism, it was the same setup as the front. I did put lubricant on all of them before fitting them, because there's a metal spring on it. Continuing to use my tube of sealant, I moved on to doing those taillights, which, if you remember, had a massive amount of goo spread all around them. These openings had all been masked to stop the paint going into the boot area. I was generous with the sealant, more so than on the doors, but it didn't go quite to the level of the original, because that seemed quite ridiculous. Hopefully we'll have a good seal. There was a pleasant surprise for me in the boot when I went to tighten in the light.
I've been missing this pliers for about 3 years. What else will we find in here as we go on?
My Jefferson set is complete again. Having gone all the way across the top of the windscreen and around the perimeters of the doors, and then these rear taillights, I was really impressed at how much I was getting out of a single tube of the Tiger Seal. I am so happy to see so much of this car coming back together again.